airport, it's so easy to see your flight information. What you do is you find one of these boards, you go stand there and face the camera, go.
That's my flights.
And that's the flight info. Where your gate is, everything.
Yeah, how to get there.
So cool.
So in that video that you just watched, you see a lady, she's over in China. She's describing how things are working over in their airports. And basically all you have to do is stand in front of a camera. It scans your face and then it tells you everything about you. And it tells you pretty much where you need to go, how to get there. And it tells you what plane you're going, where you are, where you're going to. All of your information just like that. Now that is wild. And so that kind of technology is just normal. We're just getting so used to it. Okay, scan my face, scan my face, scan my face. You know, we all have phones. Many of us have phones that it scans our face and it unlocks for us. My point is that they have the ability to attach all kinds of information to your specific face, just like how that dude just stood right in front of that camera and all of his information just auto-populated. It was just a no-brainer. And so we hear these things and we've become so desensitized to hearing this kind of stuff, but we need to really let that sink in. That is massive. It may not seem like a big deal, but that is incredibly different than any other time that has ever been in existence up until right now in 2025. And here it's just it's just another day. It doesn't faze anybody. Like that guy, he sees it happens, he's like, oh, cool. And then he goes on living his life. Like nothing incredible just happened. And so since we have this technology, the question that we always need to be mindful of is what do they have? Because that was incredible. Just that small little thing, demonstration of technology that we just watched. It was a small thing, but it was incredibly powerful, it was incredibly accurate, and it was incredibly fast. And everything is going to only get faster and faster and faster and faster. The technology that we have today is as worse as it ever is going to be. Just think about that. Now, everything that we are seeing right now is, in my opinion, setting the scene for the Beast system. Now, I do not believe that the Beast system is operational yet, but I think that we are getting very, very close to it. I think the technology is there for it to be unleashed. And so that is important to understand. You can test that how you will, but I want you to understand back in Habakkuk, there's some interesting comparisons in Habakkuk 2 and in Revelation chapter 13 that we can talk about. In Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18, it says, "What profit is the image that its maker should carve it? The molded image, a teacher of lies, that the maker of its mold should trust in it to make mute idols. Woe to him who says to wood, awake, to silent stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is overlaid with gold and silver, yet in it there is no breath at all." Now, I'm sure you guys are paying attention to image, idols, all of these things, right? And so when you hear the word image, we are probably all very hypersensitive to what's going on in Revelation 13. And so that's where we're going to draw the connection from. But image, there is going to be something that we're going to talk about here in a second. But what I want you to pay attention to is how this image or idol is mute, meaning that it cannot speak. And not only that it cannot speak, but it has no breath at all. There's no breath, and there is an image or idol that cannot speak and it cannot breathe. And that is how it's been since the history of forever, but there is coming a day where that is all going to change. In Revelation chapter 13, we see that the false prophet was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many who would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Now, what we see here in Revelation 13, in contrast to the verse that we just read in Habakkuk, is that back in the Old Testament, there was no image or idol that could speak or could breathe, but here sometime in the near future, there is going to be an image that can both speak and breathe. Now that is completely remarkable because this is what is documented here in Revelation 13. And so this is going to happen, but it's never happened before, but we're one day closer to that becoming a reality. But there's some things that need to happen before that actually takes place. And so really just wrapping up this video, I want you to just recognize that the technology that is over in China, over in Russia, over in America, it is ramping up, and you're seeing all the lines and all of the different arenas that are out there, AI, cryptocurrencies. You have everything happening over in Israel, the wars that are around the world right now, volcanoes, earthquakes. everything, all of these lines seem to be converging, and it seems like something is about to happen, and nobody really, there's a lot of people who are aware of it, but a lot of people are unaware of it. And so the more people that are aware of it, we need to be telling people that are unaware, because we need to wake some people up. But my point here is that it always, no matter what happens, no matter what today brings, tomorrow brings, we need to be telling people about Jesus. That is always going to be the number one thing. Nothing else really matters other than winning souls. We need to be winning souls rather than winning arguments. And we need to know how to know for sure we can get to heaven, which the gospel is in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 3, that talks about how Jesus died according to the scriptures, that he was buried and rose again on the third day according to the scriptures. And it is for by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. I mean, I think time is short, but we need to be out there telling people about Jesus, because eternal souls are at stake here, and we need to not lose sight of that. Thanks, guys.